In a world where change is constant, one thing does not change: International Paper's continuing relationships with its customers. Some date back to the very beginnings of our company in the last century, and there are many more with whom we look forward to doing business into the next century and beyond. One reason we've been able to maintain such long-lasting relationships is our determination to keep up with changing customer needs. A symbol of this dedication is the Pocket Pal, which has served as an authoritative reference since its introduction over 50 years ago. Over the decades, the Pocket Pal has changed through 14 editions as our customer needs have changed. In 1934, when International Paper first introduced the Pocket Pal, we had already been doing business with Bradner Central Paper Company for over a generation.
Well, Bradner Smith and Bradner Central are probably our oldest merchant here in the Midwest, if not the country, because they go way back to the very beginnings of IP. Bradner was formed in 1852 and IP, I believe, in 1898, and we've been growing together ever since.
We have tried to associate ourselves with the very best customers and the very best suppliers, and International Paper certainly falls into that category.
Bradner isn't the only company that features prominently in International Paper's past and present. Our association with the Frank Parsons Paper Company dates back to 1939.
Actually, International was probably the first major supplier that my father, Frank Parsons, had done business with early on when he decided to branch out and start his own company.
They inventory all of the grades of paper that we make, and anytime we bring out a new product, they are the first people online to accept it and put it into inventory and distribute it.
I think International has more than kept pace with our growth and is now one of our primary commodity manufacturer suppliers.
I think the growth between the two companies has been synchronized. As they have grown, we have grown with them.
During a period of dramatic events around the world, International Paper expanded its product line, offering opportunities to serve new customers. For nearly half a century, Bagcraft has been using International Paper products for their flexible packaging. They pioneered the microwave popcorn bag in the 60s, and we have worked with them since to improve the performance of this and other products.
We go back, I believe, till the very founding of our company, which was right after World War II, when everyone was on allocation, and your allocation was really based on how much you bought during the war. Well, during the war, we weren't in business, so it wasn't easy to find sources. And I think International Paper felt that here was a young fledgling company that seemed to be headed in the right direction. They bet on us, and we haven't forgotten that. And today, as a rather large company, we continue to appreciate the fact that International Paper had the foresight and also took the chance in dealing with Bagcraft in its early days.
By the late 50s, customers were coming to us for everything from packaging to construction materials, from egg cartons to folding cartons. It was at this time Mercury Marine began using our corrugated containers to cradle 400-pound outboard motors as gently as eggs. Mercury prides itself on making the best marine engines in the world. We work hand in hand with them to design better packaging for their evolving product line. Our Fond du Lac, Wisconsin container plant has an open-door policy with Mercury Marine designers. The level of trust and candid communication between companies is remarkable, resulting in effective co-development of new ideas and solutions. The Kanzaki Paper Company of Japan, one of the largest producers of thermal-coated facsimile paper in the world, is another long-term customer. When they decided to produce fax paper in the United States, they selected the Androscoggin and Tilmany mills as their primary suppliers of base paper.
Kanzaki Paper Company in Japan has been a customer of International Paper Company for the last 23, 25 years as a purchaser of pulp. This tied in very nicely when they came to the United States and started looking for suppliers of paper.
We buy base paper for facsimile coating here. And last year, when we expanded our fax paper production facility here, we started a new relationship with IP.
The new world-class coating machine that Kansaki has built here in Ware, Massachusetts has enabled them to maintain their 40% share of the domestic market.
Tennessee Eastman has been purchasing chemical cellulose pulp from our Natchez, Mississippi mill for more than 2 decades. One mutually beneficial innovation has been the Quality Partnership Program. By working together as partners, sharing information and resources, the two companies are able to identify areas of significant improvement, ranging from changes in product formulations and process control to materials handling.
When we formed the partnership, we made the point to them that we needed some help with roll handling. They sent an operator, a shift supervisor, and a second-level supervisor to our location, and they actually got on the stacker. They identified some equipment deficiencies that we had. But since that day, we've seen a marked improvement in our handling because they had the expertise. On the other hand, we had some expertise in the area of SPC, statistical process control. We shared that with them. The benefits are going to get better and better as time goes on. We've just scratched the surface, and that's what really has us excited.
In 1976, the Pocket Pal included expanded information on 4-color printing. With some unusual color requirements of their own, the United States Department of Agriculture photo labs began using Ilford photographic paper for their aerial photography work. The special characteristics of our direct positive film ensure the resolution and color accuracy the USDA requires.
When we set up our color lab here at the aerial photography field office, our first choice was the Ilford product for our Type R process, and we have never used another. One of the problems we have is in the flying of the aerial film. Aerial surveying firms have a lot of difficulty in maintaining good color in the original photography. We do a lot of color manipulation, especially of the infrared product, to get the kind of product that our customers are asking for. So we manipulate our colors quite a bit with filtration.
To open up new markets, product innovation is a serious requirement for Tropicana. But customer service ranks as a top priority when they look at suppliers.
IP was one of our major suppliers for many years, but not an exclusive supplier. And then about 5 years ago, we decided to do a major upgrade in our package quality to make better juice. And IP was the only company that had the ability to handle this.
We were able to win their business by listening to them, the problems that they had, finding solutions to them, coming up, being honest if we couldn't find them, saying that we'll work on it, and going on from there, doing what we could to solve the problems that they had.
International Paper's customer service, I think, is excellent because they're responsive. Now, we're a large customer, but we also get our needs answered. They are there when we need them, and we don't see them as suppliers. We see them as partners. And it's been good for them, and I think it's been good for us. I know it's been good for us.
Diamond Hill Plywood of Darlington, South Carolina, distributes a wide variety of products, including paneling, insulation, and roofing. About 3 years ago, International Paper identified them as a company that could grow dramatically. We worked with them to help achieve that growth. As a result, their sales of our products jumped from $70,000 to nearly $2 million. A broader product mix and personal service are 2 reasons Diamond Hill has chosen International Paper as their main supplier. We were proud to be able to help Diamond Hill Plywood in the aftermath of Hurricane Hugo at a time when plywood was seriously back-ordered.
When Hurricane Hugo came through the Carolinas, Diamond Hill Plywood Company was devastated for about 3 days. We had no power and no way to get to work virtually with the streets blocked off. The following week, we were open for business, and we made a call immediately to International Paper Company asking for their help and support. Other vendors had turned us down, which wasn't what we were expecting, but International Paper Company said we would help you any way possible. We got immediate product support from them in a 4-day turnaround. Diamond Hill Plywood Company needs the support of all its suppliers and it's nice to have the strong support that International Paper Company has given us.
Always open to new ideas, International Paper recently found an entirely new application for bleached board. Bob Lawrence, the inventor of the Birdstop Cafe, was both surprised and pleased by the warm welcome he received when he brought us his idea for a disposable bird feeder with seed. We worked together to adapt milk carton technology to create his new product.
To my knowledge, it's the only disposable bird feeder on the market which is manufactured out of a paperboard carton material.
Bob had not only an idea that was very creative, but he also had a belief in what he wanted to do. What we were able to do was add the creative elements and the constructive elements of what Folding Carton Division does very well.
They gave me tremendous assistance in determining exactly what kind of paperboard or what kind of material that I would use in manufacturing this product.
Well, initially he had to make sure that the product would withstand the elements, meaning the heat and the moisture. So we basically borrowed technology from our frozen food and Barrier Plus lines, and we applied food technology to birdseed. It's exciting for us to watch new customers come up and online and to see their products become successful in the marketplace, because as they're successful, we're successful.
Bringing a time-honored technology into the space age, International Paper researchers use traditional paper-making techniques to produce materials that shield against electromagnetic radiation. This innovative product helps put the stealth in the stealth bomber. It also helps IDS, a subsidiary of American Express, shield their computer data from potentially destructive interference from nearby radio transmitters. Safe and Shielded eliminates the need for expensive and difficult-to-install steel plate or copper mesh shielding.
What was originally specified was a copper wire mesh that would literally have to be soldered on to sheet metal studs. A lot of soldering, and soldering from copper to galvanized steel is very difficult and very slow process. The Safe and Shield is applied by simply using wallpaper paste, and it is simply glued on like wallpaper would be to either a concrete block wall or to a sheetrock wall.
The flexibility of the Safe and Shielded product lends itself to a variety of different applications. It's just a matter of working with the customer and finding out what their needs are.
Here at International Paper, we believe that changes in the marketplace open the way to innovation and new opportunities.
The rate of change out in the marketplace is mind-boggling. What we need to do then is to align ourselves in order to provide those kinds of changes and to do it in a way that serves our customers well. We tend to view that the whole change and the rate of change is going to continue, and frankly, we're all for it. We think that's a great opportunity for our company and a great opportunity for our customers, and we want to be first there to provide the kind of service they need to capitalize on those opportunities.